mic, got a podcast that's lit. Keeping you up all night, voices in your ears, sharing laughter and fun. Bottom of the suggestion box, we're never done. Topics flying fast like sparks in the air. Tuning for the vibes, for the love everywhere. Bringing thoughts from the back, shining bright.
Hi guys, welcome back to another Bottom of the Suggestion Box. As always, your beautiful host, me, Kelsey. Aaron, look at you, you're like beautiful, really.
Beautiful guest, Aaron.
With my other beautiful guest today. So I have Aaron from the Vixen. So how many of you have gone to live music, come to McHenry, you come to comedy nights? He's the guy behind the scenes. So thank you for being here, Aaron.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
So tell us a little bit more about you and the Vixen.
Oh, yeah. Like you said, I'm Aaron. I've been part of the Vixen since the beginning. One of the investors, general manager. Kind of got thrown into the general manager role. We
Voluntold.
We had somebody else that was working there, and I was a fill-in manager that's been there for almost 5 years now.
Yeah. Well, you were a good ad, so we're glad to have you there. But Aaron is the perfect person for today because if you've ever been in a service industry, the nightlife, hospitality world, you guys are probably already knowing what today's suggestion is in the box, and that is, I know the owner. I know a guy. Come on. And I hate this saying in so many ways. And Aaron isn't the only one that deals with this. I feel like a lot of us do, specifically in different fields when you're well known, you're best friends with the mayor, you're, all the different things. I'm sure you hear this all the time.
Yeah.
And that's right.
It's really any profession. Yeah. You know somebody that does something.
And most people think it's like a flex, right? Like it's like, oh, I know the owner.
Yeah.
I'm friends with the sheriff of McHenry, right? Like, and I think that is just funny to me because maybe sometimes it comes into your advantage, but I think we'll talk a little bit about how, you got to give some to get some, right? Like there's a lot of that goes into this saying. Okay, so today we're going to talk about why this phrase doesn't land the way that people think it does. So if you think that it's going to make you skip the line, ask for a discount, you get to ignore the rules, or you're expecting special treatment, that's not going to happen. I joked the other day because I photographed the police department headshots. And so everyone thinks like, oh, you get a free pass. I'm like, if I murder someone, I really hope that they actually arrest me. It's not.
They'll do your mugshot instead of you doing theirs.
Exactly.
Exactly. Maybe you'll get something out of it.
But just because we do certain things for some people doesn't just mean we get a pass, right? And so for you, it's, you can't get me free tickets. Come on, let me cut the line. Or what? Come on, really?
Yeah,
and so
speaking of cut the line, the worst cut the line is always Shamrock's the Fox.
Oh yeah,
because we have a line to get in. Sometimes it's like 30 minutes long, and people are texting me, and they finally get in. They're like, "I text you. Like, why couldn't you get me in the back door?" It's like, this is our busiest day of the year.
Yeah,
and I'm doing other things.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
by you doing that, it's not helping.
No, it's not. And so really when it's all said and done, like, I know that you guys think it's really cool, and it probably, especially if you're with friends, you want to feel cool with this, right? Like you want everyone to be like, oh yeah, I got the in, but I'm sorry, you should not be doing this, especially if you know somebody pretty close. Like that's the last thing you should do. Except for me. You always hook me up.
Always. Yeah.
See, but this is why, he's on my podcast now. I have the in. I have
I'm only doing this for you to owe me a favor later.
Yeah,
on, so.
See, and that's what happens. We do this for each other.
Yeah.
So okay, we'll go down to the myths here. So myth number 1, knowing the owner means special treatment. Unless you're a super hot girl, you're probably not getting special treatment at the Vixen.
And in that case, I don't care. I've been married for almost 20 years now.
Emily, I did that one for you.
Yeah, there's no one out there that could even put up with me. So shout out again, Emily. 2 shout outs in 20 seconds here.
So you're not going to get it. See, that's
you're
what we're
not going to get anything. Yeah.
Just because you're, the coolest kid in town doesn't mean you're going to get that. And not even just for the purpose of like, as a whole, as a company, you have to cater to everybody, right? And so as soon as you do one special thing for one person, someone's going to tell someone, and then you have to do it all the time. And we would love to, I think, be able to pull some strings sometimes, but ultimately when it's all said and done, like, you guys shouldn't be asking for that if you support our businesses, because we have to do what we have to do to keep going as a business. I shoot for McHenry Music Festival, and I cannot tell you how many people ask me, well, can you get me a free beer? Or can you get me of a ticket? Or, oh, can I just hold your camera bag so I can get in? No, because I already know you ain't going to work anyway, even if you did. And yeah, I have the perks of getting some special treatment by being the photographer, but don't ask me for that. Like, pay the full price and support the community and do all of that. And so I think that's always a big one. So most owners actually want the opposite. They want consistency, fairness, structure, because just like if you own a business and you're listening to this, you would hope that no one would ask you for a free pass, just as we don't want that as well. It goes back to the same thing we talked about, I think in my 3rd or 4th podcast, about offering a discount. Like, we would love to give out discounts, but every discount, I actually think Wayne talked about this, but every discount we give, we lose money. So the more discounts we give, the more we don't make. And then when the Vixen closes, everyone's going to be like, what the hell? But it's like, well, you all asked for free things, so what are we supposed to do? We can't pay the bills if you're trying to get free tickets, or we're trying to sneak you in to give you a free access when we need you to pay for the tickets, Yeah. Anything on that?
Yeah, well, you brought up the music festival, and going to that, the people that are working the music festival, we're not getting free tickets. We're there to work. We don't see the shows.
Yeah.
Especially those of us that are running around the whole park.
So if you're a volunteer, just know that. Like, if you're thinking you're getting a free pass out of this, we are making you work, and you will work, because that's what you're there for. It's not just a free concert. Like, you're doing something for a reason, right? And most people, I think that when Wayne puts out the volunteer thing, they're like, oh yeah, I get to see Kane Brown. I get a free access to the concert. Yeah. No, now we're going to put you in the parking lot.
Yeah. And I mean, and it is a little bit of a perk. You do get to hear the music and all that, but we're trying to make everybody's experience there enjoyable and memorable.
All right. So myth number 2 is dropping the owner's name helps your case. Especially if you
this is my favorite.
If you know the owner's name but you don't even know the owner, I mean, that's hilarious, because I'd love for that moment to happen where the owner comes up and they're like, who are you?
That exact situation has happened more times than you would think.
Oh, that's great. Or they don't know the right owner's name, and they're like, isn't Peter Paul still the manager here? He knows me. And it's like, no, Peter Paul hasn't worked here in like 30 years.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so it usually puts stuff in an awkward position. Is it true? Does it matter? Do I break policies? Do I risk getting in trouble? Especially if we're the owners. You might not have to break the rules, but it still does break the rules. And it goes back to exactly what we talked about, is that if you bend the rule for one, you're going to get so many people trying to bend the rules ultimately all the time. And it's just then it's a cycle, right? And we just don't need that. Yeah,
especially when you have employees. Yeah. I have certain standards, for my employees, and if I tell people, no, you can't give away a free drink, or you can't do this and that, and then I do it, like, that makes me look bad. So why should they follow the rules if I'm not following them myself?
Agreed. And that's a great thing to point out. And also, too, okay, so even if it's not a small business, you walk into like a shoe store and your friend walks in and they're like, hey, can I get a free pair of shoes? That you don't even own the place. You're you're not just getting a free pair of shoes. You're not going into a local store of any sort and just being like, oh, the employee's like, just take it. No.
What about Crocs?
Crocs, yeah. That might be a different story. I'll buy you a pair of Crocs, Kelsey.
No, I don't want Crocs.
Okay.
No. Aaron's rocking some Crocs right now, and I was giving him a little flack for it. But he took him out of sport mode, so I think we're good now.
I did, yeah. I was nervous. I wanted to get here quick, so I flipped him back. And
I told him he needs some giblets. So we're if you're looking for some advertisement for the Vixen and a free pass to get in, you can pay for a giblet to be on his shoe. It's $6,000, but you get free access in and free beer.
A giblet.
A giblet.
So why is it that people only bring up, I know the owner, when it's like panic time? If you understand what I'm saying. Right?
Yeah.
So it's like you were saying on Shamrock Fox, it's never like on a Tuesday at 3 p.m. when there's no lines or anything. It's like, hey, I know the owner. It's always,
Yeah.
And why, where was it in America that all of a sudden that's a card to pull?
Yeah, you're exactly right. Some of it's a status when you're with your friends, but in that situation, it's when we have a sold out show. Like, oh yeah, you could hook me up with the tickets. Like these tickets have been on sale for 3-4 months.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Well, none of the other people that bought tickets knew either.
Yeah, exactly. Well, not only that, but exactly that. You have all this time to buy them, and then as soon as they sell out, now you're like, well, all my friends got tickets and I didn't. Well, when they bought the tickets, you should have been buying the tickets. And I mean, certain events, certain people, certain things, they sell quicker than others, right? And you can't, I always hated the thing of like, oh, just hold them aside for me. I have a lot of retail business friends, and they're always like, put it in the back, and then they never come back and buy it. And then 4 people walk through the door that would have made that sale, but I just held it for you in the back, and then you're like, I decided against it. It's the exact same thing, right? Like, doing these things doesn't benefit any of us small business owners, which it's why we tell you, just don't even do it. Name dropping isn't going to get you anywhere.
It's not.
We were golfing. I'm in a league, and I was golfing with a group of people, and it wasn't that they were specifically name dropping to get anything, but they kept name dropping to be like, I almost felt like they were trying to be important, like, oh, well, I know them, so, I can talk to them and maybe I'll get that. And I'm just like, well, why? Like you just look stupid right now.
Yeah.
And sometimes we subconsciously do it, I feel like, when we don't realize that we're doing it. But my biggest thing is that people ask me all the time to talk to somebody on behalf of them. So as someone who's pretty prevalent in the community, I know a lot of people. Obviously, I work with the chamber. I am very involved. I volunteer all the time, and I know everybody, right? Like, everybody knows me. And I can't stand when someone doesn't get an answer, and then they call me, and they're like, hey, can you call this person and get the answer? And I'm like, for one, no, that's my secret sauce. It's my past that I have with this person. And when I do that, they're going to stop answering my calls. And when I actually need them, they're not going to be there. And I think we had this instance come up just recently.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, and honestly, like what we talked last night, and I was like, I hate pulling that card because when people are like, oh, well, you know everybody, so just call them. Or I have so many times I'm like, well, that business got the opportunity. How come I can't? Can you put my name out there for me? No, go volunteer, go show support, go buy from the business, go to the concert venue, go do the thing. And then guess what? Your name would be top of mind, so you wouldn't have to use my free pass to become your own free pass. You know what I mean?
Yeah, personally, I think that's even worse. I think that's worse than saying I know the owner and trying to get something for it, is using somebody else's leverage.
Yeah.
Like you said, we build certain relationships with people. I know most of the time if you're calling me, it's for a reason. You're not going to be asking for anything. So if you were to call me and ask me for something else, like that's annoying.
Yeah. And not only that, but if you're going to be that guy who's doing that, maybe give me a call every once in a while and say, hey, how are you doing?
Right.
How's your life going? How's your family? Because honestly, I would drop an F-bomb right now, but I'm not going to. You.
I'll do it.
But that kills me so much more. And I think about it in the space of, if you're a small business owner, you probably deal with this. And if you're on the other side asking, it's kind of the same concept as asking people for donation baskets or donations, right? Like, you're just cold calling them, asking them for something. And it's like, when's the last time you supported me? But now you're asking me to give you free things. And those calls come in hot and heavy at certain times of the year. And you're just like, no.
Yeah, we get those weekly.
Yeah.
And my biggest thing is getting a letter from an organization and it says, hey, we're hosting our annual event at so-and-so. Can you give us a donation basket? It's like, well, why didn't you ask me to host your event at my place?
Yeah. Yeah. How many times
I would give you a ton of things to use in your auction.
Yeah.
If you were to use us, or even ask to use us.
Yeah.
If we fail and our price is too high or we can't meet your needs, that's fine. I understand that, but
it's asking.
Yeah.
Kent, were you going to say something?
I had a situation where somebody was like, "Hey, you know them, right?" And so I go, "Oh, let me text them real quick." I didn't even pull my phone out of my pocket. I go, "Yeah, they said no." They're like, "What?" And I'm like, "Listen, do you understand what you're asking me to do?"
Yeah.
And I go, you know how many people would ask me to do this? I can't. That's
Yeah.
their
Yeah.
business. I said, if you want to work something out with them, call them.
Yeah.
You can drop my name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't say that I'd give you
Yeah.
right? You can say, hey, can't do
Yeah.
it.
Well, when they come up to you too and they're like, I've been trying to call and it's been like 2 weeks and I've heard nothing back. So that's why I was hoping that you'd be the one to call for me because they're not getting a hold of me. Well, maybe they're not getting a hold of you for a reason. And
Light
so,
bulb should go off.
and so, I mean, honestly, like, I have worked really hard in my career to get the friendships because the people that I get the perks from, I genuinely feel like I'm friends with them. I care about them. I do the things, and I've not just done what I'm telling you guys all not to do, which is just to bombard them for free things. Like, I actually really go and above and beyond to show the support for these businesses, which is why I am on a different level with certain owners or workers at different companies because I've built a friendship with them that we barter back and forth. And I think it's just really important that if you're going to be this guy to pull this card and talk about that, you really should be thinking more conscientious about what support you're giving back to them and just how you handle that situation, right? And so.
Yeah, and you brought this up earlier about, the most popular person and getting free stuff. And we get people all the time, especially during the late night crowd, asking for free drinks and stuff like that. And I tell every single one of those people, I will never give you a free drink if you ask for it.
Yeah.
I give away free drinks to the people that come here, that spend their money, that bring their friends, that talk about us. We see social media posts too. If you tag us in it, we know you're talking about us.
Yeah.
It's a complimentary. Ain't nothing free, bro.
Yeah, right.
Complimentary.
Exactly.
I couldn't. What was it? Bingo Loco got sold out, and oh my god! I think I had 7 people reach out to me and be like, "Hey, you know, Aaron, get us in," and I'm like, "No, no. For one, if anyone's going to Bingo Loco for free, it's me, not them." Like
September 11th, there's another show during Rise Up if you're not attending the music festival.
I like that. That was a good shout out.
Vixen.com.
VixenMcHenry.com. Do not go to the other one that you said.
Vixen McHenry, everybody.
Yes,
Make sure McHenry is
VixenMcHenry.com.
at the end of that.
You definitely.
I
make
usually
sure.
just hit the link. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going. Yeah.
If you end up on the other site, you might like it. But anyway, that kind of ties into myth number 3 is if I really knew them, they'd want to take care of me. And no, if you really knew them and they really knew you, you should be paying full price. You should be 100% spending $200 on alcohol versus asking for a free drink because your money matters to these businesses. I've talked about this about giving free photo shoots or can you discount your rate at an event that's coming up? And I was just on a call right before this, and that was kind of the conversation. And I'm like, I need to make money, and I can't pay my bills if I'm not. Yeah. And you can't service your bartenders, your team, and pay them if you're giving out free stuff all the time. I mean, it doesn't help anybody.
Yeah, and it goes farther than just that discount too. So if you're offering half off of a photo shoot, that's half you're not making.
Yeah.
Plus another event that you're not doing that you could be making full price.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
yeah, and that's the big thing. And you're still doing the same amount of work, but you're making less. And then now I have to take time away from my schedule to edit and do all those things for half the money. And it's just not feasible.
Yeah.
Or the most frustrating thing is they're not grateful.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? There was something, you gave them a complimentary drink, you gave them a complimentary headshot or whatever, and they're not grateful for it.
Yes.
That's what bothers me.
Yeah.
Is like, man, hey, thanks for letting me in the back door. I know you didn't have to. Here's 100. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody ever does that. Then they get in, they're like, how about those free drinks now?
Yeah.
Well, and then it's like the two sides to that too. It's like you do that for them, and then they ghost you and you never hear from them again, right? Or there's like we always say that everyone's quick to leave a negative review but never a good review. And, you know, I get that that was my due diligence to offer that discount to you, but like, think about that. When somebody is doing something for you, how can you take that for granted when they're doing something for you, right? And like, you should be going above and beyond, which is now sharing a social media post, attending another event and paying full price, and going back to that service industry and using them again because they gave you something. And I think that's very far and few between that we have that happen.
Yeah. And to even take that a step further, the people you offer your discounts or your free stuff to, then complain about certain things.
Yes.
Like, that's even worse.
Yeah.
You just raise your eyebrows and think, like, what the hell are they thinking?
Yeah, yeah. Like, did you know that you just said that out loud?
Yeah.
You did. Or I love it when they, like, especially probably for your industry, they come to the door and they're like, I know a guy. And they're like, okay, cool. Well, we're not getting you in for free. And now they throw a tantrum. And you're just like, okay, like, do you want to leave or do you want to come in? Because I need to stamp your hand and I need your ID, right? And it's just like, and then they're fuming. They'll probably leave you a bad review, and then you're reading it and you're like, how do I tastefully write back to this without calling this guy an idiot? Because the whole reason he's mad is because he didn't get something free.
Yep.
And
you don't write them. You give them a phone call because they can't track that anywhere. They can't repost it. They can't. Yeah.
Smart move, everybody. If you're a business owner, don't write it in an email. Give them a call.
Yep.
Maybe a complimentary call.
Yeah.
It's not trackable, and then good luck. Unless you're
It's better off even in person, and you don't. And you don't record it.
I love that. Honestly, I've had a few situations where I've gotten a little hot to trot in some aspects, but I've just full blown showed up at these people's houses or their works, and I'm like, "Hey, let's talk about this," and they're just like dumbfounded, and they look like a deer in headlights, and I'm like, "I'm here. Let's hash this out right now because you feel the need to go to other people and say that I'm not doing something right. Well, let me educate you on what you did wrong, which is why I acted the way I did." And
this just happened with a personal situation. We showed up at somebody's house and just to talk because they weren't responding to text messages. You know, those of you who have kids, don't let your kids be bullies. You know?
Seriously. It's such a true statement.
And you ask us to talk about things, and then you don't respond.
And then you don't respond, And so just know, like, obviously if you're listening, you know that this is giving some type of frustration, because if it brings this much frustration to just 3 people in this room, it's probably 100,000 of you that are listening to this right now are as frustrated. And, you know, again, if you're going to pull out your I know the guy card, like, do it tastefully and, you know that it's in the right sense, right? If you really don't have the justification to do it, just don't do it. It's not worth it. So
we're fine with you saying you know the owner, but say, I know the owner of the Vixen. You should go check it out. It's a cool place.
Yes.
I know the owner of Kay Adams Photos. She takes great photos. Look her up.
Yes.
You know, and we've done that. You know, you did headshots for one of my bartenders, which turned out phenomenal, by the way.
I love them. They were one of my favorites.
Yeah.
So.
You know, all I did was say, I know her. Here's her information. Yeah. And what you guys do after that, that's up to you guys.
Yeah. And when you get a discount from us, don't just expect that that's going to be something that you're going to get all the time. You may get a free pass here and there, and that's because we're in a good mood. We have the ability to, and things are going right. Don't expect it again, because we're doing this as a marketing thing for ourselves, and then now you should come back and pay double exactly what I said before, you know?
Yeah.
So...
I mean, nobody ever talks to a doctor like, hey, can I get a free MRI?
Yeah, right.
I'm due for a colonoscopy. Yeah.
I feel like I know the guy that is going to do it, so you think you could just do it for free? You know?
Just at my house. You can do it at my house.
We won't even have to incur the cost of everything. Just come over, you know? That's it. Because sometimes the people say, I know the owner, don't actually know the owner. I always think that's the funniest. Or they met them once, they follow them on Instagram, or they social stalk them so they feel like they know everything about them. Yes. Suddenly, you know, they're the best friends that they ever had. And I just think that's always hilarious.
It's too common.
It's too common.
Way too common.
I mean, how many people think that they know a celebrity half the time because they follow them? They're like, I know what they believe in. I know that they love this. And you're like, how? Have you met them? Have they physically ever talked to you? No, I just support their page and I follow them on the internet. It's the same exact thing with knowing people, right? Yeah. When businesses show up on social, everybody thinks that they're their best friend, right? And like, don't get me wrong, I'm very flattered when I'm out at an event and people are like, Kelsey, oh my gosh, it's you, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's exciting.
Yeah.
But then don't end that with being like, get me over the rail, let me meet the artist.
Yeah.
No, you don't even know me. You just follow me. And I'm somebody on social that I put my face out there. I put my dogs on the internet. I'm out there, so people tend to feel like they know me more because of that. And because of that, people think that they're like, oh, I know Kelsey. I know everything about her. And you're like, really?
Yeah, and that can make things awkward too.
It does, yes.
Because these people that know so much about you, they come up and talk to you, and you don't even remember or know who they are.
So the funny story is the Music Fest. The last few years, I've been able to do security backstage, right? And when I'm there, I'm working, right? And so it was Dustin Lynch was there.
Okay.
And I'm watching the backstage, and I've got to make sure you have these credentials.
Yep.
If you do not have these credentials, you're not going anywhere, right? And so he does his show. He gets off stage. He and his crew go to their camper or whatever. Now, I don't know what he looks like other than the side of his semi. You know what I mean? And he's got a cowboy hat on because I can't see the show. I don't know what he looks like.
Yeah.
So it's now dark, and I forget who was playing, but he and his crew wanted to go backstage and watch, and so here comes 6 dudes, and Dustin's got a cutoff shirt, camos, Nikes, and a baseball hat.
Looks like a normal person.
And I flash my flashlight down at his waist, and I'm like, "Sorry, bro, you don't have the right credentials." And he goes, I must have left him in the bus. I said, well, I don't care. He goes, I'm Dustin Lynch. And I take the flashlight into his eyes, and I go, oh, shit, you are.
That is funny, and you might think that's embarrassing, but especially nationally touring acts like that, they probably appreciate
Did.
that.
I was going to say 100%.
His crew was dying because they're showing their credentials.
Right.
Guys are good. And then they're dying. And then geez, I'm sorry, Dusty. He goes, no, I really appreciate you doing that, man. I go, hey, have a good time.
And see, and for that moment, it probably looked really good for the people that run the Music Fest, because then it shows that we're actually doing our job versus just letting somebody in. And ultimately, going back to the volunteer aspect of things, when people, if you're volunteering for something, you should not be making those terrible decisions on behalf of the organization, because when you do that, you could have, like, if Kent let this guy in without credentials, let's just say he was really upset about that, he could have complained, and I mean, that would ruin the reputation of this event. And so, I mean, good thing you were on point.
I was shining the flashlight at his band. They're just dying. They're laughing, and until he said, well, I'm Dustin Lynch, and then I shine the light right in his face. I'm like, oh, shit. He almost falls because he's blind.
And honestly, though, with that, knowing the owner most likely means that the owner would do something for you, so you shouldn't have to pull the card, right? So if you were getting to a concert, and you shouldn't have to say I know the owner, because the owner probably would have given you the free thing if they had already given it to you. And so it's not going to get you anywhere, guys. It really won't. And you might get lucky once or twice, but just know it's such a thing in all industries that please don't do it. Just it's one of those,
especially for what your venue does. There's so many, I don't know, rules, right? Because each one of these stars, each one of these bands, there's insurance needs, there's this, there's that, and people don't understand the level of yuck that goes in. But they're like, hey, Aaron, you can get me back there. Nope, really can't. I can't even go back. It's like,
I mean,
it's
just
weird.
With McHenry Music Fest, even knowing what bands I'm allowed to shoot, when I'm allowed to shoot them, where I can stand, what's allowed to go on the internet, like, those are all things that I have to deal with. And when I'm getting other photographers to donate and volunteer, I have to make sure that they're doing that same thing. And if they're not abiding by the rules, that makes me look bad. And then that it's just a ripple effect of just how many people that affects when one person doesn't take it serious. And it goes back to you. You give out a free beer, but you tell your whole team not to do that. What makes them think that they should take that serious if you're not abiding it yourself?
Yeah, and that's what a lot of people don't see, especially in the music industry, is we have security sheets we have to follow. We get contracts that are sometimes, 20, 30 pages long of stuff we have to abide by. So if you think you're going to meet an artist, it's like my staff, myself, like are not even supposed to talk to certain people, depending on who they are. And that's an extreme situation. Most artists, are pretty cool. But yeah, there's certain things where you can't even say stuff to certain people.
Yeah. So just don't pull the card, guys. Honestly, it's not worth it. And especially nowadays, it's going to come with an eye roll. I mean, I know how many times people call me and ask me to call somebody on their behalf to give them a favor, and it really pisses me off. And it's one thing if you're listening and you're my friend, don't ask.
Yeah.
Because I'm so sick of it. I worked really hard to get my space within these people. And again, more so that I'm friends with them so they feel like that they can ask. But like, don't. I'm sorry. I'm not really sorry.
Yeah.
Actually,
and I've been waiting to tell this part right here since you and I have been talking about this. My security staff, when at the front door, they know who I know now. They've been there for a long time.
Yeah.
Most of my staff has been there for a very long time. Yeah. So they know if somebody says, well, go get Aaron. You don't want to do that. Go get him. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So they'll come get me or call me, and I'll look at them. Like, that guy right there. Did he tell you an answer? Yeah. Well, what did he say? Well, he said, no, I can't. This show's sold out. Turn around, walk outside.
Yeah.
Like, that's the fun part now.
Right.
Is
I'm sorry, but if any of you
know you.
bat an eye and say that he's a dick for that, he's not a dick. He's running his business, and he's doing it the right way. And that's what we all should be doing within our companies. I've said this on, I think, every single episode of my podcast we've done now. The customer is not always right. Yeah. And whoever coined that, whatever, it's not. It was a customer, and it's not true anymore. And it should not continue to be something that is true because too many people took advantage of that saying, and it's ruined the saying now. And it's taken it to a whole nother level none of us want to deal with.
Yeah. And those of us with employees, we put our employees in positions because we know that they were trained the right way.
Yep.
We know they can handle all these situations.
Yeah.
We have guest list for a reason, so if you're just saying, go get Aaron, go get this, go get that, like.
Yeah.
And usually, as business owners, if you're truly close with the owner, we'll probably reach out and be like, hey, Aaron, we got this coming up.
Yep.
I know you love this guy. Hey, I'll give you first stab at the front row or something like that.
Yeah.
It's not like, you're like, oh, hey, like I said, it's always somebody's trying to be cool or in line, or they're trying to be flashy rather than, and then you've irritated my entire night.
Yes, always.
I was working.
Well, and then trying to ask me to pull the cards for you. Like, I had a recent person that really wanted an opportunity, and I get it, right? They moved back to town. They wanted an opportunity, and I'm all for everybody as much as I possibly can to support as many businesses as I can and give them those opportunities. I want all of us small businesses to succeed, but that just because I might have an opportunity to tell somebody like, hey, this person could be a good thing, blah, 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 doesn't mean that goes any further than just that. And so then when they don't get that opportunity, they get mad at me because I didn't pull my strings hard enough for them. It's kind of like, are you kidding me? Like, I worked really hard to get into this space. Like, I'm sorry that you just moved back or you just started doing this and you don't have those same opportunities. I did a lot of free photo shoots in this town to be able to be the person that I am and the go-to for photography in this community.
Yeah.
You can be mad at me all you want, but guess what? I hustled my ass to get that spot. And if you want that same opportunity, you also got to hustle. Yeah. And I think that's really what it comes down to. So.
Well, I think, too, that for me, right, is like I would rather see you out and about. Hey, you're like, hey, you can't.
Yeah.
And then whoever I'm with was like, who's that? Oh, he's part owner, runs the Vixen. You know, oh, shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For me, that's more of a reward than getting a complimentary drink because I'm going to key the drink out anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we just did this last week at the golf outing. We all saw each other. I mean, it's cool. And that's just showing everybody supporting everybody else that's out there.
And honestly, people were probably jealous with the great connections you guys have and want to know how to get it. Well, be a genuine person. Talk to me. Hang out with me. Be a friend.
I didn't go Nick surfing, though.
I didn't, I was no part of that.
That's funny. I actually said the best thing about that was that they probably use water. Otherwise, God forbid we would have heard that.
Yeah, we did.
So.
We did. Needed to hydrate.
It was hot that day. I'm not going to lie. I think I drank more water than I've ever drank it in my entire life that day. It was hot.
So the other thing with knowing the owner and from all your years in the service industry at Jets is, I think people are more grateful when you get the job done and go, you know what, this took a little bit longer than anticipated.
Yeah.
We're going to take this off of it.
Yeah.
Right? Hey, thanks for the session. They didn't come out quite as good as I want. I'm going to give you this, right? Instead of up front going, hey, can I get that 15% discount?
Yeah.
Or free drink or whatever.
Being more genuine will actually get you further in the long run because people see that and they're like, you know what? They didn't ask me for something for free. They didn't bat an eye when my delivery date was late because I got behind. And in turn, what does that do? Next time they ask me, because then it's great. They came back as a client after I felt less than about what my service. And now I gave them a discount because I'm like, you know what? I really kind of screwed the pooch for you. I'm going to give you this. And then that relationship continues and we both respect each other.
Yeah.
And
yeah, no, that happened to us not too long ago. We had our ticketing platform. Something got messed up, and we accidentally sold 2 of the same VIP table. Luckily, I knew one of the people, and I was able to offer them, tickets to some other shows and stuff like that because it's embarrassing when that happens. We don't want that to happen. No. It looks bad on all of us, and you're right. And it was people that come in there a lot, so we're able to do that for him and offer him something else.
But think about that, right, too? So obviously not on this topic, but, fixing a situation, we're not all perfect, right? How many times I go on Facebook and see that these people are complaining about that their dish was just a little undercooked or they didn't get enough salad in the salad, and it's just like, everybody has an off day. If everything was perfect, we'd have a perfect world, right? And we don't. And so for you to just get crabby like this person, like they could have been mad, maybe it was something special they had I will call myself out. I photographed a 50th birthday party for this gentleman and I don't know what I did to the photos. I deleted them.
Didn't take the lens cap off.
I could not find them. I ended up losing I think it was 30 photo shoots total. Shout out to Asezion, Eric Vincencio for recovering 29 of them. But that 30th photo shoot that you cannot replicate again because it's a 50th birthday. And I to this day, it still kills me that it happened. They could have been such a dick about the situation, and they understood. They said, we took pictures with our phone. It's okay. We understand. I offered them a free photo shoot. I'm like, when they turn 60, call me. We'll do another milestone, but
unless they don't.
And then, they're still alive.
Let's hope they get there.
But it's those moments where, we're not perfect, right? We could be doing everything right in our industries and sometimes accidents happen. So just be gracious. And
we're probably just as disappointed as you are, if not more.
Yes.
It's like I said before, it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
That's not who we want to be.
And when we sell out of a show, I'm sure you're like, God, I wish we could add 60 more people. I wish that I could have sold you a ticket to come in, but there's capacity limits and we just can't.
Marshall Bill won't allow that.
Yeah. So anyway, the comeback to this whole thing is, how do we approach this better, right? So we always talk about, the negatives. My heart's already racing because I'm thinking of so many people that piss me off with the saying. But how can we take these negative suggestions we never pull out of the box and turn them into good? And just follow the rules, respect staff, pay for the service, and just treat the place like you would want to be treated so that they can stay successful. And I think that's just the biggest overall comeback to this is just don't expect everything for free. And if you want things for free, be a better person and support, because that's when free things happen, right?
Yeah. And it's okay to pull the card every once in a while. We're not saying don't ever say it, or I'm not saying don't ever say it.
Yeah.
If there's a show you want to go to, hey, Aaron, is there a way to know how many tickets are left?
Yeah.
Just, I may have something coming up. Sure, I'll look that up and I'll tell you.
Yeah. Or what about my friend? I'm like, hey, I couldn't be out with my girls. I'm sick. I'm like, could I buy a drink for my girlfriend?
Yeah,
and
that was a lot of fun.
I was going to Zelle him money, and he's like, I got you. And he
Yeah.
gave it to her. And so, but I offered something, right? But then that was awesome for my friend who now goes all the time, but now then she'll write me and be like, give me a free drink. I'm like, no, Amanda. And I'll call you out, Amanda, don't ask
No
for
names.
a free
You
drink.
said no names.
I got you.
I did say no names, but I love Amanda, so.
I got you a water on the rocks.
Yeah. And I do it too. You know, there was a certain whiskey that was coming out, and I called somebody I knew that has a liquor store, but it wasn't to get that free bottle. It was, hey, do you have this? Are you going to get this? Not even to put it aside for me. I will come in. I'll buy it as a regular customer. I want
to make sure I get it.
Yeah.
I want to be the first one to get it.
I want to know if you're going to have it.
Yeah.
If you could put it aside, okay, fine. But I'm not going to ask for it.
I definitely just recently pulled a friend. I need a help card, and I was like, first thing I did when I picked up the phone, I'm like, so I am pulling my I love you best friend card, and I need you to help me with this. And but if I could count on my hand, if not more, how many times I've done things for this person and vice versa, it was justified. And again, it's still, I was paying for the service. I just needed a favor within that. And so, yeah.
But you're still the same person. Be like, no, I'll pay that. No, this is your job. No.
Yeah.
Don't, you know.
Yeah. So, well, thank you. I'm sure we could go on and on about this topic, and
we can go on forever.
But ultimately, guys, just let's not pull the I know the guy card or I know her and we're best friends, because ultimately it's not getting you anywhere, and we don't want to hear it. So we're going to leave that one in the suggestion. So before we end, Aaron, how can we support the Vixen or any of your other endeavors? What else do you do? Like,
What's
I know
going
you
on?
love fishing.
I do love fishing, but I got all that stuff.
What about the 4th of July? Anything exciting? Because the 4th of July is right around the corner from
the
this
4th
show.
of July for us is a little bit of a slow time.
Yeah.
You know, everyone's out enjoying their outdoor space, and we get that.
Any big names coming that you guys should ask for free tickets for?
Nothing at the current moment. You know, we keep it a little low key in the summer. There's a lot to do outside.
Yeah, there is.
You know, we want you guys to go enjoy that stuff outside, but come see us too.
Yeah. Also, too, just know that they're not just a music venue. So, little shout out to Miss McHenry Pageant. I am on the committee for that, and we officially release all the names of our girls this year, and they actually host our pageant for us. So, I know you've hosted a couple churches and
Easter Sunday.
Sunday. So, if you guys need a venue space in general, call them. They're not just for music, and they're not just for bingo loco and comedy night. Like, you can utilize this.
We're hosting a graduation party coming up. College graduation party.
Nice.
It'll be a lot of fun. So have the big video wall to be able to put all sorts of pictures up there.
Cool.
Yeah,
it'll be fun.
They did put my picture up for my birthday, and I still think about how cool that was.
And if you want to ask for stuff like that, knowing the owner, that's fine. That's cool. That's fun.
Yeah.
He'll embarrass you.
We can.
We can't promise that the picture that you want in there is going to be the one, especially
or the picture of Kelsey, the video of Kelsey dancing in the lobby when she didn't think anybody was watching.
Yeah, I forgot that there was cameras. Oh yeah, so there's cameras everywhere. People,
there are cameras everywhere.
Just know that if you're doing something like picking your ass, they got it. And you don't want that. I always joke.
Or someone else.
Picking their ass is very calm to some of the stuff that we've seen. So
if you puke in a garbage can, they know. If you shit on the floor, they know.
Yeah. All of these things have unfortunately happened.
Oh, jeez. All right. Well, go support the Vixen. You can find them on social media, or if they're right in downtown McHenry on Green Street, go to a show, go support, and thanks
for the summer, we're going to start opening early, just for a place to come hang out. So we'll be open at 4 p.m. starting next week.
Oh, nice. Yeah, and they got good air conditioning, so if you're hot, go inside, grab a drink, and cool off. So
awesome.
Well, thank you again, Aaron.
Thank you.
Yeah.